What's that?
What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl Shakira and
Michaela, what's going on, y'all?
hey y'all, hey. Welcome to part 2 of our live book club. We are currently reading and discussing The Gift of Rejection, and we're so excited about it. We are at the end of the book, part 3. So we have our community tuning in. Shout out to the Faith Slayers.
Shout out to y'all. Hey, y'all.
If y'all have read the last part, drop some fire in the chat if you're ready for this discussion tonight. It is gonna be a good one, okay? Hey, Alira. Hey, Lex.
Hey, ladies.
Okay, here, ladies.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all.
Love y'all so much. Thank y'all for tuning in. Happy Thursday.
Thursday. Woof. I got here
Hey,
so fast.
Megan. How has everybody's week been? What y'all been up to? Sis, how has your week been? We haven't really like chit-chatted this week. I've been like full on focus mode, just really preparing for all the things 2025, really. Like I got so much going on for the end of 2024, rolling into 2025 that like
it's a lot. You got
the foot is on the gas, okay?
You know, I feel you. Oh my gosh. Well, y'all know this week, I call it the week of my birthday. I call it K week. So
2 days.
I have been in my mode of just getting glammed up. Y'all glammed up. It was glam week 2 at the same time. So y'all, I'm finally done. Okay. Because I don't know about y'all. This ain't talked about enough, but the ending of getting everything done is the best, but going through it, like having to sit through all those appointments, like it's not it. It's not it. It's draining. It's so tiring, but it's like when you finally get to the end, it's like we're there. So yeah, I feel so good. I'm a little sleepy because this week was long, but I'm up. I'm amped up. So yes, sis. Yes.
2 more days and your girl's gotta be 25. Come on. She's becoming a real adult. Crossing that threshold.
I can't believe it. Halfway to 30 is crazy. It's crazy.
We see you peeking over.
I'm so happy though, y'all. I feel it. Like I can't believe I'm about to be 25, but it's like it's crazy how you watch yourself grow up. Like you
Quarter of a century. Come on. So for those of you who do not know, this is going to be Michaela and I's 10th birthday celebrating together. And this is so special. Like I met her when she was 15 years old, y'all. 25 is crazy. And I'm just so proud of her growth. Such a beautiful young lady. She has matriculated so well and just accomplished so many of her goals, and I've seen her overcome so many challenges, and I'm just so proud of you, sis. And I just want to give you your flowers because it's almost your day. It's almost your day.
Thank you, sis. Literally, I met you when you were 24. Was it 23 or 24? One of the two.
20, maybe 23, because I think I got pregnant at 24.
Yeah.
So 23.
Girl. Like, time is flying.
Was it 23? Maybe 23.
I think it's 23. I think it was 23. Because
it had to be 22. Because I'm 30. If it was 10 years, it had to be 22.
Wow. Yeah. That sounds accurate.
I was a youngin', like
you were.
Some of y'all. And let me just say, I want to give y'all flowers, because what I was doing at 22 is not no Bible and book study.
No, it wasn't, y'all. My sis was out there lit, okay?
I was not doing Bible and book study. I was at Bible study.
Yeah,
maybe
for sure.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
When I could make it. But I was not doing no Bible and book study. So I just want to give y'all flowers. And let's see. So I see some pretty goods in the chat. Y'all been having a good week. Can't complain. The week was a roller coaster, but she's here. Well, I'm glad that you made it, Megan. Can't complain. Getting over a cold. Oh, Nay, I hope you feel better.
I know. My sis.
Good, preparing for
But
MK. Come
thank
on,
y'all.
preparation for MK celebration. I love it.
Okay.
And going out of town. Yes, that's a lot going on. I already know, y'all. And Thanksgiving is coming up. So yes, there's just a lot happening.
It's a lot going
But
on. It's a lot.
to God be the glory, okay?
Yes. So grateful. Thank y'all for all the love. Thank y'all.
Yes, yes, yes. And while we're on wins, if y'all have any wins, drop them in the chat because we definitely want to celebrate you in this moment. We wanted to give you guys your flowers, but I also have a win and want to give flowers to our Nene.
Yes.
Janae
Yes.
and I completed our 30-day Bible plan today, something that we were doing together, and it was just super special. And I'm just so proud of her and her growth. And we got
Yes.
to connect on a deeper level. So I'm just so proud of her. And I wanted to
I'm
give her
so
her
proud of you.
flowers because it wasn't a public thing, it was very private between just
Mhm.
me, her, and God.
Yep.
So now y'all can celebrate her with me. So y'all we did it,
Go,
girl.
Nay Nay. Go, Nay Nay. I love that. I love that. 30 days is no joke. Okay. I love it. So proud of y'all. Both of y'all.
Yes.
Yes.
I want
I
y'all to
love it.
receive these
Flowers.
flowers coming in, okay?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, we see the comments on the screen now. Perfect. Cheers to
Michaela,
y'all.
happy birthday. And it's your birthday too. Did it already pass? Or
Yes. I think Jordan said her birthday's on Thanksgiving or after Thanksgiving, one of the
so it's
two.
coming up. It's
So
coming
it's
up.
coming up.
Okay.
Happy birthday, sis.
Happy birthday. We celebrate you.
Yes.
Yes, it was so special. Thank you so much. Grateful for you always. Oh, absolutely. I
The
love you.
best. The best. The best.
I love it, y'all. So we're gonna jump right into it because y'all already know we like to start on time so we can end on time, especially for y'all of those who are Eastern Standard Time. I know it's a little bit later than where I am. So let's get right into it. Um, y'all know we got a little icebreaker. We can break the ice up in here.
Let's do
Get
it.
y'all, make sure y'all woke, ready for this conversation.
Woo. Okay, we're gonna expect them call-ins too. Okay.
Yes. Oh, let me drop the link. Let me drop the link so we can make sure
Please.
y'all can call in so y'all can participate because y'all know this is a live show. We like live engagement. Okay.
Yep.
I'm
We're
dropping
gonna
a link in the chat for you to be able to call in. When is your time to shine? Another
expect.
win. Let's go for another win. I paid my last payment for school.
Yes,
Yes.
Nene! I'm
We
so happy for
love
you. Ooh,
that.
ooh,
So
Jesus.
amazing. God is so
He's
good.
knocking stuff out. I'm so proud of you, sis.
That is
Congrats to you,
amazing.
Nene. That girl
Yes,
finna
yes,
graduate.
period. We got a lot of scholars, okay? Y'all
For
are some
sure.
scholars. We got Lex with a double master's about to graduate again or just graduated. Um,
Legs is so smart.
all of y'all love it. All of y'all pursuing your higher education, pursuing your personal development, your spiritual development. Just
Yep.
absolutely beautiful. God is
Yes.
so good.
So good.
Yes. Okay. So the link is there. So y'all get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. So we got an icebreaker. So y'all, part 3 was titled Unwrapping the Gift. So our icebreaker is called Unwrap the Gift. Okay. So y'all know I like to switch things up. Last week we did like this or that, accept or reject style. This week we're going to have scenarios. Okay. If you've read the book, then you know the open framework. If you haven't read the book, let me just tell you what the open framework is. So the O is for observe, the P is for pray, the E is for explore, and the N is for name. Okay, so when you're in a situation where you're being rejected or feeling rejected, you should observe, what thoughts are you feeling, how is it making you feel, and then you should pray about it, talk to God about the situation, release those feelings so that he can help you navigate it. Then E, what was it,
Yep.
explore.
Explore.
What do you do with explore? um
Is it asking the question?
Explore how the rejection is, how God is going to utilize the rejection, like how what can you learn from it? And then N is name the action so that you can take the next step to move forward from it. So we have
Yes.
3 scenarios, guys. Okay. Kind of in different areas. I wanted to make sure we had something for career. We got friendship, we got romantic. Okay. So, oh, hey, Julia in the
Hey
room.
girl. Hey girl.
Come on, doctorate, period.
Yeah, I love it.
Dr. Alexis is crazy. Come on. I love that for you.
Man, I can see
So,
it.
scenario. So we have 3 of them. So I'll ask Michaela one, she'll ask me one, and then the third one we have for you guys. Somebody can call in and you can share how you would unwrap the gift of rejection. So if you
Yeah.
got it, drop down in the chat some thumbs up emojis. Thumbs up in the chat if you got it. If you understand how this icebreaker is about to work. Let's get into it. And while we're at it, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Make sure you subscribe, okay? And put that post notification bell on so you can be notified every time we go live or I drop a new video. And share this live that we're on right now out to 3 people, 3 women. I know you got 3 women who could use a good word on tonight. So subscribe right now if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate it. And then share this link out to 3 people. I see the thumbs up coming in the chat. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got for my girls. They always got
I
it.
love
They
it.
always
Always,
okay.
always,
So
always.
let's get into it.
Let's do it.
All right. So you can ask me first. I'll do scenario 1 and then I'll ask you scenario 2 and then they can do scenario 3.
Okay, let's do it. Okay. All right. So, scenario 1, the overlooked promotion. Okay. You applied for a promotion at work, a company you've been loyal to for the past 3 years, and felt completely qualified and felt completely qualified for, but the role was given to someone else who had only been there for 6 months. How would you unwrap the gift of this rejection to discover a new perspective or opportunity? Ooh, that's a good one. She was touching on that a lot in the book. So how would you go about it,
Crazy.
sis?
Oh my gosh. First of all, just reading all of her stories and like I've listened to her podcast and stuff and just hearing like the different things. I'm like, ooh, Lord, like you never know really what you would do about something until you're in that situation.
Mhm.
So, okay, that's tough, y'all.
That's a hard
3
one.
years of loyalty to a company and very qualified, and they give the promotion to somebody
Somebody
who's only been
else?
there for 6 months. Okay, what would I do? I'm gonna observe. Let me observe the
Let me
situation.
observe. Take the
Lord,
facts.
what are you trying to tell me? Is my time up here or what? Because this can't be it.
That's what I would feel like. That's what I would feel like. Is my time up here or what? I just need to know.
Well, I will
Because
observe, like, okay, have I exhausted all of my options, or was I only applying for that promotion because it was convenient and, right where I've been comfortable? So I will observe, like, okay, am I being stagnant? Am I being comfortable? Or is God trying to push me to the next level?
yes.
And then I would also, y'all, I'm like, what's the crime shows that you be digging into people's lives and stuff?
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
I
I'm
feel like
like
my
a
mama be on it
CSI
hard.
investigator, so I'm gonna dig into the 6-month person life. Like,
Yeah.
okay, let me see what they got going on, what they did, and I just want to see, like
Yeah.
what kind of stuff they did. Like, just
Maybe I can
in
learn
case
something.
I think I'm qualified and they didn't
Yeah.
did
Maybe.
something else that I need to do. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna dig into their life a little bit, and then I probably would schedule a meeting to speak with the manager and just
Mm.
what went wrong. What can I
What
do
went
to
wrong?
improve? What can I do?
Because clearly you're
And
wrong and I'm not.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it would really be given that maybe my time is up there and it's time for
Yeah.
me to explore something else. So I would, it would definitely, like, let's keep it a buck. Like, I
It's
would
gonna
be, it
hurt.
would be cringed, like,
Yeah.
ooh, 6 months and you just walk in and now they kind of would be like my boss, huh?
Yeah.
Or well, we don't have too many details, so but nonetheless, that's
Not
what
too
I
much
would do.
context.
Yeah, we don't have enough context, but that's what I would do. I would just, first, I'm a self-aware person, so I would see
Yep.
like, okay, Was I being stagnant? Am I not going full all in like the Lord wants me to? And if He's trying to have
Exactly.
me pivot, because a lot of times it could be like God's way of having you pivot. Like, okay,
Yep.
you comfortable, you just sitting here,
Too
like
comfortable.
you thought
Yep.
that I want you to stay here, and it's like no. And
No.
for me personally, like I already know myself. Like a lot of times, like sometimes I be trying to play it safe, and the Lord actually gave me this word back in September. Calculated faith. So this may
Mm.
relate to some of you ladies. Like sometimes you say you have faith and you walking by faith and you doing all the things, but sometimes we be having calculated faith. Like, oh, I'm gonna have faith if I know for sure like it's gonna happen, or the chances are higher that
Mm.
I'm gonna receive what I want to receive. That is
For
calculated
sure.
faith.
That
And
is.
faith without works is dead. And faith is completely knowing and believing that whatever the good Lord has for you is going to happen. Without you
Absolutely.
trying to manipulate it, without you, you know, thinking all the second thoughts and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's how I would
That's
handle it.
so good. Yes. And it's the giving accountability for real because I feel like we're just so quick to just be like, yeah, it's them. Like, why did they not choose me? This, that, and the third. But it's like looking within first, just trying to see, like, okay, what am I doing? And I love how you said, well, maybe I should look at the other person and like maybe I could take some notes. Like it could be something that they're doing that I'm not. So it's like it's just looking at things from a different lens, like and just not looking at to pointing the finger all the time, you know? So I love
Yes.
that. I love
Yes.
that. Love it. I'm looking at the comments.
Yes, we got one comment that actually happened to me before and it sucked. Oh, me definitely showed out.
We're no, I get it, sis. Because like your feelings are still valid. Because it's like I've been loyal to y'all. Like what's going on? But I also feel like in these situations, God be trying to move us. Like he be you too comfortable. You too comfortable, and I don't want you here anymore. So
Sometimes it could be pride. Like,
it's that too.
I think you said like you felt completely qualified. Like just because you feel completely
So who are
qualified
you?
don't mean that you're completely qualified. So sometimes it be our pride and our ego, and the Lord got to check that too. So clock that
Absolutely.
T.
Clock it. Clock it. Clock it. Hi,
Definitely will be
Sanaya.
rethinking my involvement with the company.
Hi,
Okay.
sis. We have some new girlies in here, sis. We have a Sanaya. Hi,
Hi,
girl. I
Sanaya.
hope
Hey,
I said your name right, sis. Let me know.
Sanaya. It
Yes.
looks right.
It
Hopefully you
looks
said
right.
that.
Yeah. That's pretty. That's super pretty.
That is and different. Okay, so that was scenario one. Let's move along.
All right,
Scenario
let's do it.
two. This is for
All
you,
right.
sis. You
This is for
ready?
me. All right, let's do
All
it.
right. Scenario two is the unreciprocated friendship.
Oof.
You've been investing time and energy into a friendship, always celebrating them, but you
Mm,
realize the other person doesn't prioritize you in the same way and complains about every little thing, coming off as very ungrateful.
mm.
How can you see this as a chance to reevaluate your
Whew.
relationships and make room for connections that honor your value?
Mm. This is too good.
Too good. These are real life.
Real good. These are, yeah, yeah, and I can testify. Nah, but okay. So let's see. Let's see. All right. So how can you see this as a chance to reevaluate your relationships and make room for connections that honor your values? So, yes, like I feel like first I would. I mean, honestly, I'm taking the actions for what it is. So, like, it's always some complaining, but I would have a conversation with her and just kind of see like where her head is at and stuff, and just be honest. Because before I cut you off, like I'm going, we going, you're gonna hear how I feel, and I want to give you a chance to explain yourself as well. But obviously, I feel like at that point, it probably won't be giving, what I wanted to give more than likely, because she'll probably just try to play the whole, victim game, or try to point the fingers, and that's what Nona was talking about in the book a lot too. Like when you like say how you feel, and that person just turns it around and just makes it about them, and it's just no type of accountability. So at that point, I would pray about it. I will run to God, because I feel like I used to just run to other things, run to other people, look for advice other places, and it really wouldn't work for me. It wouldn't work for me. So I think running to God and, like grounding my love in Him, and then I feel like He would guide me to the right people. And like I said, I can testify, y'all, because that is exactly what happened to me. I actually have had this problem so many times with so many different women growing up. And now I was just saying this morning to Jordan, like, I really feel like I'm in a place in my life now where I have an amazing group of women in my life. Like, it's nobody in my life where I feel like it's like one sided. It's all like very much we pour into each other. And I feel like it only got to this point because I did the inner work and I stopped like looking for like my person or just looking for that friend that, like that we all want. And so I feel like it just came. It came when I just finally grounded my heart in Jesus. So yeah, saying all that to say that's what I would do. Like I would just run to God, keep looking at how he looks at relationships and number one, be the friend that you want. That's another thing too. Like we all want an amazing friend, but it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing to get those friends that you want? So that's why I said that inner work really hits. Like it really, really hits. So just figuring out like what you could do better as a friend and then just knowing your worth as well. Like, if you know you're already a great friend and stuff like that, then don't settle. Like just how we say with men, don't settle for friends that's not going, give you that same love and, compassion that you deserve. So that's how I would go about it.
That's good. That was a real good one. We had some comments in the chat popping up on the screen. I wanted to talk about this one. Jordan says, I was actually cut off like it was made my fault, but once I reflected, I realized it was me carrying it in the first place. So I want to speak to this scenario as well because do you think
Yes.
like I like to give people grace to like y'all know the quote like don't expect a you
Woo!
don't expect you from others or something like that.
Yeah.
Um could it be that some people are just really not aware of like their behavior like cuz I've encountered maybe some women who just have never had like genuine friendships and don't know how to reciprocate that. So like
I
could it
agree.
be that
Yeah.
some people just don't know? Like they're a little
Absolutely. I do.
oblivious?
I do believe in that, sis. I do. I feel like it's a thin line because, of course, I feel like you got to know the people that are worth like helping and like teaching. Because I know they say like you got to teach people how to treat you. So I feel like, that's definitely a real thing. But to a certain extent, like, because we not babying nobody, like, what we always say, we're not babysitting, like, we're all grown. But I do understand, like, everybody wasn't raised the same way. Like, everybody doesn't know. Sometimes they're really not aware. So it's like giving them grace. If you see potential in that friend and okay, like, they're teachable. We can work with each other. Then it's like, okay, like, but it's just like if they're really not giving you nothing and it's like it's giving like no potential for real, then it's like, okay, don't try to keep trying to fix it, but
Don't make
grace.
excuses for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of us we do that when we really don't want to like let a friendship go that we know is not good for us, but we're like maybe afraid. What did she say in the book? She said like when we're afraid to lose them, it's like we feel like we're like losing something. I forgot what it was. Like we're
Mhm.
losing
Yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah. You on the right path.
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I
Yes. I'm
wrote
like
it too.
I did too somewhere up in here, but I'm like it's so true. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. What I wanted to also say is what I've learned at this big age and just
Hmm.
experience is I'm gonna speak for myself. My
Yeah.
expectations of others have been higher because I'm a deliverer. Like I deliver on like what I expect. So I
Yeah.
expect the same. So my expectations are high. So um moving forward, like what I've learned is that I treat platonic relationships just like a romantic relationship. So just like there's qualifications for, a man in your life, I feel like there has to be qualifications for a woman and you set the tone at the top. Like you got to let people know what the expectation is because long gone are the days where you just come in and like what are we doing? Like what is the
What are we
purpose?
doing? Come
So
on.
what are the intentions? What are the expectations? And I get called extra, I'm doing too much, but this is what it is. Like this is my life and I don't
Yeah.
have time to just be catering
Playing
to,
around. Mhm.
like maybe you desire more from me than what I'm able to give. And, maybe my expectations for you are too high. And we need to, have these conversations up front, just like with a romantic relationship. Like we need to have the
Absolutely.
conversations at the top. Like these are my expectations. And if you can't meet it, then I feel like she also talked about this in the book too. Like come to an agreement, let people agree to what they want to do. And if they disagree, then move along.
That's it. That's it, sis. Because we can't change nobody. And it's just like, I appreciate the people that I don't have to do that with. So it just makes it like they already set the bar, so it's just like, why am I gonna sit here and keep dealing with people? And I know you used to always tell me this, is like you just always admire how I was able to just like like cut people off. And even though like people say that to me so often too, I'm just like, y'all, like, yes, it's a gift, but it's also like it hurts. It hurts really bad. But it's like I think it came with me just learning my worth. Like, I'm just like, ugh, why would I deal with this? Just like you said, sis, like, I know what I bring to the table. Like, I give my all. Like, I'm not the type of person that just like gives their all to their relation to like their man and that's it. Like, no, like I treat my friendships the same way, like all my relationships, my relationship with my mom, like my sisters, like you, like everybody. So it's just like, I feel like that's important. That's really important. So I'm like, I deserve to get that back in return. Like, and I feel like that's how it should be for all women. Like, we all deserve it, but we have to like set the bar, like you said. So
Yeah. And I feel like everybody's priorities are different because
they are
you could be looking at somebody as a priority and they don't even look at you as a priority. So
that part.
again, I think the overall agreement is communication at the end of the
Communicate
day.
that part. That part. And the girlies are talking.
They
They're
are.
saying,
So we gotta chat. I feel some could be oblivious, and that's why you have to communicate exactly. But if it
yep.
doesn't change it, then yeah, cut. And then we got another chat. Sometimes you also have to accept people for who they are and love them that way because it's not our responsibility to change and convict people. You can only do so much. Yep. And you get to choose what you want to accept. Like
Yeah, you don't have to deal with it. Yeah,
I
you don't
don't
have
have
to
to
deal with
change
it.
my standards just because that's who you are. You could be who
Exactly.
you are over there.
Over there.
Move along.
And it's that simple. It's that simple. Like we're
Okay,
supposed to be adding value to each other. That's how I look at it. Like, you know, lifting
baby.
each other up, not bringing
Listen,
each other down.
God is a God of excellence. Okay.
Come
I am made in his image. So I do things in excellence and I expect excellence. Period.
and what do we always say? God is not the author of confusion. So any type of friendship or relationship that makes you feel
If
like
there's no
no,
peace about it,
there's
then you know that's just not it.
that's period. And we're gonna leave it at that.
All right, ladies, y'all
Oh,
are
good.
chiming in. Good. Okay, so now we got one for y'all. So get ready. I put the link down in the chat. Can we pin the link so y'all don't have to like scroll
Ooh.
up? Because I know it's a lot of chats going on. Let me see. Yes, I think I just pinned it. So I pinned the link. Y'all can click on the link, call in, get a caller on the line. Who wants to be the first caller of the night for scenario
Y'all gonna
3?
want to get into this one because y'all gonna like it.
Okay, you want to read it or you want me to read it?
I'll read it, y'all. I'll read it. Okay, ladies, y'all ready? Okay. So, scenario 3, the closed door. You're in a romantic relationship, but the door unexpectedly closed after sharing your core value that you're honoring your temple and saving yourself for marriage because you have a covenant with the Lord. How might this closed door lead you to a greater purpose or opportunity that you hadn't considered? Ladies.
That's a tough one. That's
That's a tough
crickets.
one.
Crickets.
That's a tough one. Yeah, click
Who's
the link,
calling in?
ladies.
We want to hear from you.
Click the link. Click the link. Now that's a good one, sis, because woo, I know I could testify to this one, but I'm gonna let y'all talk. This is
Let's see if we
good.
if we got a bold one on the line to come on up and share. So I'm gonna read it again just in
Yeah, read
case
it one more
you
time.
didn't hear.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
You're in a romantic relationship, but the door unexpectedly closed after sharing your core value that you're honoring your temple and saving yourself for marriage because you have a covenant with the Lord. How might this closed door lead you to a greater purpose or opportunity that you hadn't considered? And we have our first caller on the line. Come on. Make sure you have your camera on, your microphone ready to go so we can get you up here and share with us.
Ladies. I'm so excited.
Okay, so it looks like Megan's on the line. Megan, make sure your camera's on.
I
I'm so excited.
I have it on 2 devices. I don't know how
Because I
this
just heard the
works.
echo.
Hold on.
It's, it's okay, sis. It's a little.
It says it's on, but it's not working. I don't know what's happening.
Okay,
Mhm.
go ahead and share. The
Yeah, we
link
hear
Okay.
you,
should be
sis.
pinned.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I was talking to the ladies in the chat. The link should be pinned at the top for you.
Okay. So I would respond to that by, respecting where they're coming from, but also definitely putting myself first. Like clearly we weren't meant to be. I don't even think I would take it to heart. Like I just know I have to remove myself from that situation because, I'm honoring my temple, and just because you want something doesn't mean I have to give it.
Mm,
So, um
mhm.
yeah, I just gotta go. Like,
Yeah.
I know MK talked about this earlier this year, and it's just something, if they can't respect it, then obviously it wasn't sent from God. So
Mm-mm.
I just
Mm-mm.
gotta go. And
Say that, sis.
Thank you for sharing. I know that's a tough one, but thank
It
you for
is.
sharing. Thank you for being the first brave soul of the evening.
thank you,
And
thank you.
Yes.
yes, Michaela, you can speak to it now.
Yes. Yes. Y'all, it has it's taken so long to get to this point because, like I said, when you're used to doing something for so long, you're just adjusted to it and you just think, I just need to live my life like that. But the closer I've gotten to God, y'all, I made the commitment to wait until I get married to have sex again. And I made this commitment before I got into a relationship, which is just so crazy because I was just like, okay. And I feel like that was God saying, okay, you said you made this commitment, so let's try. Let's test it. And he's definitely tested it, but I'm gonna pass it every time because I just realized, like, my body does belong to God. And, I feel like no boyfriends or whatever, situationships, whatever the case may be, deserves that like your husband does. So, just the closer I've gotten to God, the more you look at your body in a different light, you just don't go for that anymore. So that's why I've made that decision, y'all. And it feels amazing. It feels amazing. And I had always said, like, whoever the next person that I, encounter or whatever, if they can't respect it, it's going to be easy no. Cause you just have to respect it. They just have
I
to,
feel
and a lot
like
don't.
that when you get straight to it and you share your values up front, like that
Yeah,
eliminates a lot of the distractions
that
because
part.
then it shows you like who's really there for what, like
Yep,
what your motives are, what your intentions are. So
absolutely, y'all. I said it at the very beginning. I was scared. I was shaking in my boots, but I was like, hey, like if he say no, then I'm like, hey, it is what it is. I wasn't scared, but it was more so like, if he leave, he leave. But it's just
and let's talk about it because now that you said that, a lot of women, that's the problem. They're afraid to say something, afraid to speak up because they're afraid of rejection, afraid of the man leaving, the boy child,
yep.
the boy man, the man, whoever leaving and being like, oh no, like this isn't gonna work for me.
This
Like
is
I don't
yeah,
want you anymore. Like, and let's be real, like a lot of people are afraid to be alone.
a
And
thousand percent.
my mom always tell me if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So
Mm,
if you can't stand for your core values and be okay with rejection from the wrong person, then you will fall for anything. And that's just what it is. So um, again, communication is so important because you
communication.
got to communicate these things.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then it shows you like what a man is really there for, like just seeing how a man can like love you and treat you outside of you giving your body to him, like that's the real tea right there. Like that's I've never experienced that until I got into this current relationship, so I'm like, wow.
And a lot
That
of
feels
people
amazing.
confuse intimacy with sex. Like those are two different things. Like there's
Yes,
so many ways to be intimate without that. So
a thousand
the
percent.
link is on the screen. Do we have any more brave souls who wants to call in on that scenario? Or did we break the ice and the ice got back froze? Like what happened?
Yeah, they said, oh yeah, we ain't talking about that one now. It's like it's okay, y'all. Look, I get it. It took a long time, okay? It took a long time, but we all get convicted. We all get convicted at different times for sure. So I love it. Thank you again, Megan, for sharing, sis. Thank you.
Yes, we appreciate you for tuning in. So we have a lot of new faces here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new, thank you so much for joining us on tonight, kicking it with Kira and Kayla for our book club live. Y'all, we have been reading The Gift of Rejection by Nona Jones. Tonight we are discussing part 3, Unwrapping the Gift. And it was good. How many of y'all drop in the chat some fire emojis if you read part 3 and you enjoyed it and you had to go through your own healing, your own deliverance. You had to look at yourself in the mirror. Let us know in the chat how y'all feel about it.
So good. This book was amazing. I didn't realize how fast it was gonna go. I'm like, 3 parts. No, I want more.
Yes, it did go
But
by
it was
fast.
great.
I'm not even gonna lie, for me, y'all, I was kind of like putting off reading part 3, like, because again, if you're a self-aware person, like, you got to know that, like, it's gonna speak to you,
It
and
is.
it's like some stuff you probably sometimes when you read things, like, it brings up old wounds, and then that reveals if you really healed from it or not. So but yeah, got through it, and it was definitely good, definitely needed. Okay,
Definitely needed.
I see some fire in the chat. Yes, yes, yes. I was upset it ended. Yes, yes, yes. Y'all, but she has so many other books, so check her out. And
Yes.
she got so many messages online. Like, Nona she's one of those ones,
Podcasts.
okay?
Yes, she is. She is.
Enjoyed the book, enjoyed this entire book. It also moved me to reevaluate myself, honestly. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Doing that hard
Yes.
work.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, yes. Such
absolutely.
a good book. Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, we got a caller. Caller on the
Color.
line. Caller on the main line. Tell us what's up. Hi.
Hi.
Nay.
I always get so shy because it's not just us, like it's
I know.
everyone on
It's getting
here.
real. It's getting real, sis. Hello,
But
beautiful.
it's fine. Hi guys. I just wanted to kind of touch on like just saving yourself till marriage. Just because like that's always been something I believed in like since a little girl. And that is just because like of my upbringing with like seeing my older sisters and just like, the trauma behind that. So I like made a promise to myself, like, wait till marriage. But I've noticed like just at a young age, guys obviously they're not there, so it's like a lot of cheating, and I feel like a lot of that like messes with your confidence again because you feel like you're being rejected, you feel like you're not worthy enough. But it's just like just staying true to yourself, I feel like is the most important part, and knowing that like you saving yourself, whether you've done it or not, just like saving yourself and sticking to that, whether your partner agrees or not, I feel like is the
Yep.
biggest thing because it just really does show, someone else's intentions on why they're really
Whew.
there. And if they can't respect you or, your choices, I just feel like that is not the person for you, no matter how long y'all been dating or what the situation is. I feel like them being sent from God, I feel like they would understand why you are choosing that because you are tying your soul with that person, and that's very important. You can't connect your souls with just, anyone in general, but
Anybody.
especially
Mhm.
just someone, even if you think that, you love them, because if they loved you back, they would respect you and, just respect your boundaries. And for me, I've been learning boundaries because that was something I did not learn, and I feel like I went through a situation where like me and him, not being we weren't having sex, but we were still being sexual. So it's like the same thing. And God was like speaking to the both of us and we weren't being obedient. So we were like, we had to be separated, not wanting to, but like God was yelling at us, like, y'all are not passing the test that I'm throwing at y'all. So I need to separate each
Mm.
other. And that for me kind of just woke me up a little more, especially now that I'm dating currently. I just am more like stiff on my word, and like I just really stick to it now, no type of anything. And it's like if you are here, then you're here. If you're not, you're not. And I feel like it kind of makes the process go a little smoother because then it's like they're fleeing away if, they're not okay with it. And even if they do lie, I feel like
Mm.
you'll see the truth more than what you would have before. So
Mm.
that's it.
So good, sis. So good. And I was gonna say too, like it also just it helps the other person too. Like even if he wasn't
Mhm.
going into this thinking like, oh, I didn't know she was gonna hit me with that. Like it could
Yeah.
help him too. Like it could bring him closer to God, and essentially like it
Mhm.
will because he's gonna be like, okay, like why does she even want to do it like this? If I'm gonna stay, I need to
Mhm.
understand why she even like where is this coming from? Where's the word coming from?
Yeah.
So it could help him too, and then it helps y'all together if he does decide to like stay. So I just love it because,
Mhm.
like Kira always teaches us, it's always about going out and making other disciples. So
Mhm.
I love that, and I was waiting for you to call in because I wanted to hear from you too.
Yes,
Yes,
yes. It's
thank you,
something I
sis.
definitely am passionate about because I just feel like the world makes you feel dumb for waiting, you know? It's not a dumb thing and it doesn't mean that you love that person any less just because you're
Right.
choosing to wait. So,
And I
yeah.
just
We
want
just
to say to you ladies, like, I honor you for sharing and being so vulnerable and open, and just for the decisions that y'all are making, because again, like you said, the world tells you one message, and when you're trying to walk
Mhm.
on a different path, like, it's not easy. And for you ladies to just even have this mindset to be wanting to do that at your age, that's very honorable. And I just want to say I'm proud of y'all, and continue the good fight, because flesh and spirit be at war with each other. But you
Yes.
can definitely do it, and just stay encouraged, and don't let anybody make you feel any different for your decision that that you and the Lord came together in agreement on, because at the end of the day, you are in covenant with him. And sex is a whole nother topic. We go really deep into that, but that's a whole
I'm ready for
covenant
that
in
one.
itself. Like, people think like, just marriage, but when you are engaging in that type of activity, that's a covenant as well. So think
Mhm.
about it, all these people that you are doing that with, and you having all these different covenants, that's a whole nother lesson, but we'll say that for
Mhm.
another day. But I just wanted to really give y'all flowers for that, because that's commendable. And like I said, when I was y'all
Mhm.
age in my young 20s, I was pregnant at 24. So
It's okay. It was a
so
blessing.
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful
Yes.
ladies. Keep
Thank
going.
you for
Thank you for
sharing,
sharing, Shanae.
sis.
Of course.
So good.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get into our discussion for tonight. Thank y'all for engaging in that. Unwrap the
Yes.
gift.
Yes. I can't wait to keep hearing from more of you ladies because I know y'all got a lot of good takeaways.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes. We definitely want to hear y'all takeaways and get into it, because part 3, we explored the 4 gifts. Was it
yes, that's
4
the
gifts? Yes,
first.
it was the 4
Yep.
gifts. So let's talk about gift number 1. Gift number 1 was the gift of rejection positions you for purpose. And that was chapter 7. So what did you take away from that, sis?
Sis. Okay, so I'll tell you my top three bullet points, and then I'll talk about like the main question that I like that she asked. So I love how she said closed doors simply redirect us towards God's will and perfect good. So like we've been
Mhm.
talking about, if one door closes, a bigger one opens. I love how she said like a big window opens if a door closes, like, and then if
Listen,
that
God is God. They close the door, he can open the window, okay? They
and
close
if
the
they
window,
shut the
he gonna
window,
break down
he
the
knocked the
wall.
doors down.
Listen.
Yes. I was like, oh,
Rejection is simply redirection.
oh, Jesus. And when she just hearing it over and over and over again, it needed to like sink into me more. Cause of course, this is what we've already been like learning throughout this year. But this book, it was just so on time, sis. It was just so on time because rejection is bigger than just like, getting rejected from like your boyfriend and stuff like that. Like it's so many different things, like friends and family. And I just love how she talked about too, like it really does stem from an early age, like it really does. So it's important to like attack those things, when you realize like, okay, I'm really still, broken from that.
Get
So
into the root of things. That's how you
yes.
heal.
Yes, absolutely, sis. So I love how she said that. I love how she said people's rejection proves God's power. So it just shows you at the
Mhm.
end of the day, like he has the last say. So like it might look
Man
like,
say no,
oh,
God say yes.
yes. It's a yes. Like, and now I'm just over here looking at stuff like, okay, if I'm getting rejected from now on, I'm thanking God every single time. Every single time. I'm done complaining. I'm done pitching the fit, crying. I mean, you can still cry. Your feelings are still valid. It's you're human. So, still allow yourself to feel those emotions, but sit with it and be okay with what God is trying to do. So I love how she said that. And then with her saying God holds the master key and he has the final say, just like we said, like it just proves that he does. Cause like you said, like everybody's no is his yes. It's just like he's just trying to open a different door for you because he sees you more. He sees more for you and he's positioning you for purpose. So I love that. And then the question that I like that she asks at the end. She asks a bunch, but this is the one that I want to touch on. How has this rejection experience strengthened your character or enabled you to build a new skill or ability you did not have before? So I said that it strengthened my character. It strengthened my character by not putting my happiness in other people or things. I feel like I was definitely doing that. And that's why the hurt was hurting a little bit more than it needed to. And that's why it felt like my world was coming to an end because I'm relying my happiness on other people. Like I'm grounding that in other people and not in God. So it's like, I feel like when you finally ground your happiness in Him and not other people, then it's like, okay, it'll still hurt when people leave or disappoint you, but it's like, okay, it's like, all right, y'all, you're not my God. And I can, my happiness doesn't stem from you. So I'll move on and he'll bless me with something better. So I had said that. And then I said it also helped me build patience in myself because I had to be by myself for so long and sit with my emotions and not settle for just anything just because I didn't want to be quote unquote lonely. But I realized I was never really alone. And then some skills I developed was patience, leadership, communication, and time management. While I've been rejected, I had to learn those different things. So I feel like those are skills I gained. So what do you think, sis?
Yes. So one of my big takeaways, a lot of the ones that you share, but also God uses rejection to unleash our purpose. For me, I think that's so important because there's been so many business partners and opportunities and things that I've done and thought that like was the longevity, like, oh, this is gonna be this, we're gonna do this for this long. And you know, I'm the type of person I hang on to things and people's longer than I'm supposed to. And the thing is, the Lord always lets me know upfront, like when it's time to be released from something. And in the past, like I had a huge problem with quenching the spirit. Like I know the Holy Spirit is talking to me, pushing me, and I'm like, I want to avoid confrontation, or I'm just going to let it
Yep,
happen.
that
When
one.
actually that's also disobedience. So definitely don't do that anymore. That was in the past. But when this one particular business deal fell through, like I was very disappointed that I had invested so much money, time,
Mm,
sweat, blood, tears,
yeah.
like physical labor. And when, this business partner didn't follow through and do the things that he said he would, and just basically like, nope, that it's a lost cause, that hurt and it sucked. And
Yeah.
it kind
Yeah.
of made me hesitant about like, okay, future business deals and like, who am I going to partner with? And like, it also pushed me to really pray about every single thing. And I tell y'all this all the time. Y'all probably think I'm crazy that I pray and talk to God about everything down to like, okay, what's on the agendas today? What do you want me to wear today? Like, which direction do you want me to go in? Because sometimes like we make moves and we do things out of our own will, thinking like it's the right thing to do, but you didn't even consult with God first. But then you try to go on the back end, you hit him on the back end and try to act like, okay, God, well, this is happening, and trying to fill him in. And it's like, no, no,
Nope.
no, no. We don't fill God in. We should go to him
Mm,
first so he can fill us up. And then we have the power and the authority to walk into places and do the things. And then we don't feel the rejection because you'll know that the Lord sent you.
absolutely. Ooh, come on, preacher. Come on. No, but for real, I agree with that so much. And I've been saying that so much more lately too, sis. Like I pray about everything, like everything. And people that look at me like, well, you're not gonna get an answer right then and there. So why you be he works in mysterious ways. And it's like it's a dialogue. Like prayer is a dialogue. That's one of the things that we've been learning in church. He says that so often. Like prayer really is a dialogue. So like you have to be prepared to. People just think that it's like a one-sided thing. You just talk to God, you tell him what you want, all those things, and that's it. Like no, when you pray to him, you need to be ready to receive an answer or something. Like you just got to be aware. And when you're connected to the Holy Spirit, like you know when he's talking to you and he'll give you those answers. But I also feel like it's about patience as well. So it's like you got to be patient enough to hear what he's saying to you. So I totally agree. I
Yeah.
totally
And
agree.
then just even back to that, like with purpose, like we think and we put these timelines on ourselves and restrict us to like, I got to have this done by this time, or, oh, I'm this age, I should be accomplished this, or I'm going to jump out here and go for this and do this. And it's like, we put those restrictions on ourselves. God never said by 25, you had to have your life together, make it six figures,
Yep.
have this, and this. It's like,
Yep.
you put those restrictions on yourself. So,
Yep.
we have to acknowledge that as well. And we have a caller on the line.
Let's get it. Let's go.
Caller, are you there? In the
God,
bonnet. Come on.
God pulled me out of bed to come out here. Cause
Clara.
I was just sitting. I was like, I'm not gonna speak today. Let me just share it
That's
with
how it
the
always is.
guests.
God, like, oh, you
That's
ain't
what
gonna
it
do
always
what?
is like
Now
that.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
put you on there in your bonnet. Just
I
because you
said
said
I'm
you
just
weren't gonna
gonna have
speak.
to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to love this bonnet today because it's just
Lara
not
is
coming off.
so funny, bro. It's okay. My sister's getting her hair right for her bestie birthday tomorrow. It's all right. Keep
Yeah,
it on. Keep it
I had
on.
to I had to revamp, but y'all was talking so much. I really forgot the question that KK said was in her notes, but I really wanted to
Oh,
touch on it.
yeah, I can read it again. I
I
can read
think
it
it was
again.
the first one.
Was it, let's see, how has this rejection experience strengthened your character or enabled you to build a new skill or ability you did not have before?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
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 So honestly, God has been really testing me all day. I feel like He's been following me around with a mirror, just making me look in it. And I'm just like in denial, not ready to look at myself in the mirror. But just with that question, I've always hated rejection. I just don't like feeling rejected, alone, stuff like that. But sometimes it depends what the situation is. Like I'm good with dealing with it, but sometimes I'm not. So, for instance, like this week, I wasn't okay with rejection, and I low key, not low key, I'm gonna take accountability. I high key went back into old ways and went to isolation. I was like, no, I don't care. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And that's what he just slapped me with the mirror. He was like, girl, like it's time to look. And like, of course, it took my bestie to really check me really hard this morning. I was like, ugh, she just popped me with a ruler. Like, she checked me so hard this morning. I was like, I need to hear that because, like, when it comes to like situations that I've dealt with this week, like, I'm usually like, you know what? I'm not going to go back to my old ways. I'm going to handle them right then and there. But because I felt so rejected that I went back into isolation and, just being like, it wasn't a good spirit. Like, it was very nasty. It was very, you know, uncommon. It wasn't of God. So really what I took from it this week, well, really today was, just take accountability for, your own actions. Like it's not always them. Like sometimes it can be Alara, sometimes it will be Alara, and you just have to accept it for what it is. And you really have to, take the time to, reflect on your decisions and like everyone's been saying, like pray before you do anything. And my number one mistake was I didn't pray. I just reacted like instantly. I didn't sit back and pray and ask God what I should do. I just reacted. And that's why I got, my lecture this morning. But
Come on, accountability.
but I appreciate it because one thing about our friendship is like it's always real and raw. And Michaela know I needed that because she saw me going back into my old ways. And she was like, no, girl, like, no, no, no. The devil is wild. Like, we're gonna bring it on
Got
back.
time for that
And
today.
she
We
said, we're gonna
rebuke
bring it
that
on
spirit
back.
in the name of Jesus.
She said, you came too far to get back here. So I needed that. I needed her to check me today. And I'm going to say it to the whole world who's watching. My best friend checked me today, and I'm grateful.
And those are the kind of friends we need, guys. Like
I love
healthy
you.
communication, healthy conflict. Like not everything is, oh, we got a problem with each other. We about to go deck to deck. Like healthy conflict resolution, like accountability. And I'm just so proud of you for being self-aware and taking accountability and recognizing that the Lord was checking you too. Like, okay, you need to, I've been trying to show you this. Now today is the day. we ain't gonna tuck this away and run from it, because that's what we tend to do. We try to act like, oh, I'm gonna just avoid it or move along. No, the same old thing is gonna come around
It's gonna
again
keep coming.
until you look that thing in the eye and you address it.
Yeah, he definitely smacked me with that mirror today. I was like, okay, I'm woke. I'm woke.
And that just shows your growth, my beautiful sister. It shows your growth, like
Father.
seriously, because you could have just said forget it, like forget it, because that's the easier route. It really is. But I always say like anything that's worth it, it takes work for real.
Yeah, I
So
definitely told you. I said I was just gonna text you back and be like, you're right, and just don't talk to you the rest of the day because I talk to you.
I was like,
Like,
yes,
no.
and that's one thing I've been learning from you, big sis, too. Like, like just not being afraid, because like I feel like that's just as bad as not if like it's just as bad as like not saying anything. Like if you don't say anything, then God gonna get you too, because you know better, but you just gonna hold back because what you scared or whatever the
You're
case may be.
afraid of what
Like
the other person's how they gonna
yeah,
react.
yeah, or they you scared they might reject you, and I'm like, okay, like I can't move with fear anymore. I'm just like, whatever God tell me to do, I got to do it. But of course, move with respect, like show grace, like be sympathetic, like all those things, because your feelings are valid. Like I remember Carrie used to say that all the time when Bible study first started, like your feelings are valid, and like don't say
Yeah.
but, because it does matter. It does
It
matter.
does.
It's just trying to figure
And
out
the
what's the
first
next
thing
step.
I just realized was after I felt what I felt, and it was really fear. Like, of course, it was fear. But after, I was feeling what I was feeling, and I was just scared to address the situation. I just remember from that Jesus movie when he was like, "Where's your faith?" And I just kept hearing it over and over and over again. I was like, "Where is your faith, girl? Like, where is it? Go find it."
Now I want to watch this movie because you've been talking about it.
It's really
Thank you, Alara, for chiming in.
thank
Thank you
y'all.
so
Love
much
you,
for your
sis. Love
input.
you. Yeah.
Megan, I saw you pop up there. Come on back with it now, because I saw you. You ain't sneak away.
Yeah, we'll get to talking. We'll get to talking, y'all. Please come on.
So we got some good stuff going on in the chat. The ladies are chiming in. Jordan says, reading the book has definitely made me uncover the root of why I seek approval from my partners, or why I have a need for control so much. Ooh, that's good.
So
Take
good,
control.
sis.
Ooh, it's made me realize so many things about the way I've been. That's so good. I
For
love that. I
sure.
love the awareness, y'all. The
Me too.
self-awareness. A great takeaway also
Awesome.
was that when we ask God for an improvement to characteristics we have, we're asking for him to challenge us in those areas, which I didn't realize till I asked for patience. Absolutely. That's why I always say, be careful what you ask for, because you think that the Lord is going to just give you this this cute little opportunity for patience. Like, here's patience, my daughter. Now you have it. No, it's going to
No.
come in the way you least expected it. So
Oh
absolutely.
Jesus. Oh Jesus. This chapter too. This
Oh,
chapter
we got Megan back on the line so we can hear from her. Let's
Let's get it, sis. Let's
go.
get it.
Hey, girl.
I
Hey.
had to run real fast. I was
Yeah, I
like,
saw you. I
nah.
saw you.
MK, can you say the question one more time?
Oh,
Because we
yeah,
always
yeah.
get deep and then I forget.
Yeah, and girl, look, I know. Okay, so let's see. How has this rejection experience? Oh wait, how has this rejection experience strengthened your character or enabled you to build a new skill or ability you did not have before?
Okay. So for me, I know I've been talking about how I've been isolating myself from social media for a while. And in doing that as well, I've been isolating from people that I usually speak to on a daily basis, just to see who would reach out to me, who would check to see if I'm okay, what's going on, how's school, all the things. And God's been showing me I'm gonna cry.
I
But
can hear your voice
who's
cracking.
really
I just want to say it's okay. I just want to say breathe. Allow yourself to
Yes.
feel whatever emotion that you're feeling.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
experiencing this in real time, and you were bold enough to come on here and share.
Woo.
So
Oh,
we honor you
Jesus.
and we appreciate you.
So
And I want you
much.
to know that the Lord is with you and he hears you. So it's okay. Allow yourself to feel. I heard it in your voice.
Please. And we love you. We love you so much. Jesus.
When you're ready.
Yes.
okay. Well, God was telling me I need to get that out because I don't cry often. But
And you probably been holding that one in for a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
So just let it rip, sis. Let it rip.
But yeah, just to see the, I would say rejection, but the validation, something I've been feeling, be shown to me in real time with anything I've been going on in my life. But just knowing the people I care for don't care for me the same. It
And
really
that
hurt.
kind of goes back to our icebreaker question that we were talking about, right? Our scenario.
Yep.
Yeah. So just
But
see
what you
that.
put in the chat was that I wanted to acknowledge was this chapter solidified the reason God has me in isolation season. He's showing me who's really there for my best interest and checking on me, who is acting out what you just said. But a lot of times, the isolation, God is trying to show you who you need to be seeking validation from. He's trying to
Mm.
show you, I'm here. I've been here all along. When you weren't checking for me, I was still here. When you turn your back on me, I'm still here. When you don't come to me with your feelings, I'm still here. So allow this time that you're in isolation be time for you to dig deeper and to express your feelings. And when you cry, like share with God what's on your heart. Like praying without ceasing. I tell y'all all the time, that doesn't mean physically, literally getting on your knees at every time of the day praying. But when you feel it in your body, I'll tell you about the book all the time that we gotta read. But the body keeps score. Your body is trying to alert you. It's a signal. Something's wrong. You're feeling something. Mine is in my back, in the middle of my back. When that starts to tense up, I know I'm feeling something. I'm like, Lord, whatever I'm carrying in this moment, I want to release it to you. This is what I'm feeling. These are my emotions. I don't know why I'm feeling like this. Sometimes, if I don't know, please help me to navigate them. So speak to him and know that he is the one that's there for you. He is the one that's going to validate your feelings. He is the one that's going to validate what you're going through. He is the one who created you. He knows
Yeah.
exactly what you need.
Yeah.
And as he continues to heal you and work on you, he's going to send what you need.
Mm.
So what I was gonna say is, even though I'm crying, I haven't cried in this whole little season I'm in, but I've also found joy with being by myself, going to church every Sunday, making
Yeah.
a routine to be in my word. And it's really made me a better person for myself, to love being by myself. Oh, sorry, y'all. I'm mad at myself because I just did my
No,
skincare
you getting
routine.
so much love right now. Your sisters
No.
are loving on you. We love
Yes.
you so much, and we are so proud of you.
Oh, I
Everybody,
don't see it on this thing. I'll have to like go back.
I'm putting
But
it on the screen. We love you, sis.
We
We
love you
love
so
you.
much.
You got this, honey. They are showing you so much love.
Yes. Yes. And God is
whew,
using you, sis, because you're helping somebody else. You don't even know,
Somebody
but
else
you're
is
helping
being
somebody else.
somebody else is being freed tonight.
mm,
Sometimes when we speak is for others as well. So it's okay.
Mhm.
And I'm proud of you.
thank you.
You're growing. This is growth.
Oh
So
my
thank you for
goodness.
sharing, sis.
Thank y'all. Love y'all.
We
Love
love you.
y'all.
Ooh, God is in the room tonight. Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Lord. So good, y'all. This book right here is just so needed. Nona, think I just when
She
I
don't
was
even know.
reading, I was just praying to God and just telling God to fill her back up for everything she poured into this project, this book. I was like, Lord, like fill her back up, give her everything that she needs because y'all have to understand that as people who are being used as vessels for the Lord, like we pour and pour and pour our heart, like and having to relive those experiences and talk about it and write about it and
Yes.
bring it back up from the dead. That
Yes.
takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of strength. So
Mm.
thank
Thank you, sis. Thank you.
and
Mm.
you got so many sisters in the chat saying you are not alone. I promise you, you are not by yourself.
Never.
Yes, yes,
Never.
yes. You are loved. You are loved. You are loved. All right. Let's move to gift number 2. Let's
Okay.
unwrap gift number two. And that was a perfect segue because gift number two is
Wow.
people's role
Yeah.
in your destiny. Come on,
Wow.
somebody.
Jesus.
So right
Woo.
now, I just want to let you know, y'all, shout out to the faith slayers. Shout out to the people in the room. Shout out to you girls who show up for yourselves and for each other. A part of the destiny. Woo!
Yes.
So this was chapter 8. And the first thing that I wrote down, which is back to what you were saying, Michaela, we couldn't get to it earlier. We couldn't think of it off the top of our head, was the rejection hurts most when we believe we need the person who rejected us.
There it is. Yep.
That's what it is.
That's what it
So what
is.
you're feeling, going back to Megan as well, what you're feeling is we be thinking that we need this person's acceptance, validation, their comfort, their care. So it hurts the most.
Yep. Absolutely.
And I'm
Absolutely.
going to jump forward a little bit. Later on, she talks about we have to look upward. Y'all, upward, this vertical relationship. That's why I stress this so much, and I'll never stop talking about it. Your relationship with Jesus is so important because you'll begin to look at everything from a different lens. You'll begin to accept things and people for what it is.
Absolutely.
God's opinion is the only one that matters. You're on his VIP list.
Oh, I was.
And guess
That's the
what?
one.
His list is not based on the conditions. His list is based on the conditions of your heart, not based on the conditions that the world puts on us.
Mm. Mm. I love that, sis. Ooh, and I love how she said a person's decision to leave you is the end of the role in your life. Like, I'm just like, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, just being left is a terrible feeling, but it's like now I promise you I will look at it as it's a blessing because you leaving me and I didn't do anything wrong. Like she's been saying, like it's always most of the time it's a them problem and it's not a you, but they project their issues onto you when they try to make you feel bad and all those type of things. And it's just like the one that would never leave me is God. So whoever else wanna leave, it's fine. Like it hurts in the moment, but in the long run, it definitely does. It makes sense at the end. It definitely does. It definitely
Listen,
does.
people are in your life for a reason, a season, or a
And a
lifetime.
lifetime.
And you got to learn how to categorize them and you got to learn how to see it for what it is.
Yes.
And one of my takeaways and things that I had to reflect on is when rejected in the past, I was never sad because certain friendships or relationships or opportunities ended. I was sad, and this is when you get to the root. I was sad because of the desire for community, which is what all humans need. According
Mhm.
to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we need love, security, and community. We need love, which is belonging and connection. We need security, which is safety and stability. We need community, the desire to feel a part of a group and be accepted by others. So a lot of times when that rejection is happening, you feel like you're losing love, security, or community.
Mhm.
So you got to get to the root of it. For me, it was never a tied to a certain person because I don't know. I guess the Lord just taught me at a very young age. Like, and y'all, when I was younger, I went to a lot of schools, like, and I went to like 9 different schools. So I was moving around a lot.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
I knew everybody in Cobb County, Marietta. Okay. Like everybody knew me and I had so many
Yep.
friends. So, but
Mhm.
it was never like I was attached and so like stuck on something or somebody because I had to go to a new school and make new friends. And it was just
Yeah.
like, it is
Adapt.
what it is. So it's like
Yeah.
when people left, it was like, okay, it is what it is. Like that
Yeah.
part of my life is over. That season is over. So
Mhm.
when you look at it and you get to the deeper root of like, okay, why am I sad? Is it because the love, security, and community has been pulled from under me? Because those are real needs.
They are.
But rejection is God's redirection to align you with your people, with
Mm.
the places that you're supposed to be.
Mm.
Because a lot of times we are staying in places too long.
Ooh.
My time in Marietta was up.
Yeah.
Okay, when I went to college and I moved on and like my time was up there.
Yeah.
And sometimes we stay in places too long. You got to move along.
You do. You do. And
And you
I
got to
will say,
accept it. Be okay with change.
yes, yes. And I will say, like, it took for that. I feel like I would have stayed in a lot of situations that I had no business still staying in if they didn't leave me. Like, whether it was a friend or a man, like, if that didn't happen, I probably would have stayed, like, in some situations because even though, like I said, it's a skill that I built over time, like, with being able to, like, lead people when it's time. But it wasn't so easy for me, growing up, just like coming into it my teenage years and then going into my early 20s, like it was hard, but it had to happen. It had to happen. And I feel like you would just be in a way worse place if it didn't happen. So that's why I be saying like thank God instead of like complaining and questioning him. I mean, like, and I know you say too, sis, like it's okay to ask God questions. Like it really is because you really be trying to understand, but he'll reveal it in due time. Just accept it. I feel like that's the biggest part, just accepting it, letting you let yourself feel how you feel, and you gotta move forward so you don't miss the other blessings that God has in store for you. And that's why I love how she said too, you will only have so many people that are assigned to your life. So it's only gonna be so many. It's only gonna be so many. So I
And
like how she said
one of the
that.
greats, Dr. Cindy Trim, I don't know if y'all know her, but she is a prolific woman of God. Okay. And as I was reading this week, I was listening to a podcast that she was on, and she shared some really major keys. One was we dumb down to fit in because we know the pain of rejection. So a lot of times, like you're literally shrinking yourself, trying to fit into a space that is not for you because
Mm,
the pain of rejection. You just want to feel accepted. You just want to feel a part of something. You want to feel loved. And then she also said rejection comes from relationships, situationships that don't have capacity for your greatness. So
mm,
you don't know who you are. And that's where I go back to the relationship with God. The more you know about God, his character and who he is, the more you can know about yourself, your identity, and who you are. But you don't know yourself. So
mm.
you're just accepting anything. You're willing to be a part of anything. You're willing to be in places that don't even feel good. You feel weird, out of place. You don't even like doing the things that you're in.
You're
So
not
it's
even
like you
happy for
gotta
real.
get to know God, get to know your creator so you can learn yourself.
Mm,
Because I'm never gonna compromise me and what my values are and to be in a place with other people. Like
yep.
that's not happening. Like the teenage version of me, yeah. And I can share a real life example. Like I was never a smoker, y'all. Because first of all, I'm scary. I follow the law. I'm a rule follower, and that's why I'm able to obey the laws and commandments of God so good. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm a rule follower.
Yeah.
I do not want to break rules. So when I was in child, we was in high school at the club. So yeah, we was grown. We was outside. Okay, but hanging out with a group of friends, and we was at y'all probably don't even know what this is. It probably was either the Red Train or El Texano in Marietta on Franklin Road. But these group of friends, like they wanted to smoke and stuff. So, I was like, I don't really do that. I ain't even into that. They're like, just try it, y'all. I do it and try it, and now I'm paranoid. Now
Yep.
we at the club, and I didn't call my mama talking about I'm about to call the police. Like it was crazy. And like when I was reflecting on that, I'm like, girl, like what were you doing? Like you were just doing stuff to feel be a part of a community that wasn't for
That would
you. Like
make it
that
make
was
sense.
not who you are.
Mm,
So
mm.
we have to recognize when the time is up. Like God is trying to make you pivot. He's trying to get you in the place of your destiny. But you still trying to be over here doing something
Mm-mm.
else.
That's oh Jesus. You said it, sis. You said it. And Michaela know what you're talking about. She said red train.
You know.
But yes, y'all. Ooh, y'all talking good in the comments. I love it. Well, really, it's just fear. Yep. Yep. That's
With
lesson learned was
everything.
don't be afraid of change. Do not be afraid of change. Absolutely. Sherelle, hi sis. Hi cousin. Community for sure. My sister was just saying this lesson learned. Yep. Yeah, the
Yeah.
leaving is hard, Joe. I feel that.
Y'all talking good in the chat. Love it, love it, love it. So, let's get down to let's talk more about the attached people and the assigned people, because you got to know the difference. You got to be able to distinguish the difference between the two. And I love reflecting on this all the time, but a person's decision to leave you is the end of their role in your life. Period.
Yep.
Attached people are for the benefits it gives them.
Mm.
That's an attached person. They are attached to you because of whatever benefit that you have and it serves them. So when that benefit is over, they are detached.
They're
That's why they
detached.
call it an attached person. They detached. They ain't benefiting them no more.
They're not.
An assigned person, assigned people are in your life for what they can contribute. They're here to give something, not just take, not just receive, not just, suck the energy and the life out of you.
Yep.
Assigned people don't just hit the eject button because things get hard. So this goes back to accountability and working through hard things. Just because you come to a little bump in the road don't mean that it's the end all be all. You got to be able to work through things, but you will know that if that's your assigned person, and they're willing to work through those things with you and stay for the long haul.
Yeah.
But if you come to a bump in the road and all of a sudden they like, oh, they pushing back, this doesn't serve me, and all that talk that the world does, me, my feelings, then that's an attached person. There's no more benefit for them. So they no longer have a purpose in your life.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I forget exactly what the question was that she asked, but it was like, what? She said the question was,
it was a few. Was it how can you show up better? Not that one.
It was about recognizing like who has been there. So pretty much like when an attached person leaves, like a lot of times you focus on like who has left versus who's there. And she was saying like recognize the people who are there. So another real life example is like look at your hardest moments in your life. That's how you know who's assigned. When I was at the hardest moment in my life, when I expect, I'm like, okay, this is the time people gonna show up for me. It showed me who the assigned people were and who the attached people were. So I could say for Michaela, like, y'all, a lot of people know our history, but if you don't, that's another story for a different day. But anyways, like, I didn't really know like what the purpose was, for us to be connected still. Right. But over time, like the Lord continued to reveal, and through my hardest moments in life, she was there. We may not agree on everything. She wasn't just there for the highlights and the celebration, but when, I needed to cry, I needed to just sit with how I was feeling, to deal with what I was dealing with. She was there. She didn't just leave me to deal with it by myself. So you got to recognize the people who are there for just the highlights of your life and the celebratory moments. But then when you're going through something and there's a burden to carry, they ain't got no capacity. This doesn't serve me. This doesn't fit my schedule. I don't have any time. All of a sudden you ghost, nowhere to be found. So that's how you distinguish between the attached and the assigned people.
Oh, that's so good, sis. And like we said before, I think it's about like just knowing your worth as well. Like knowing you don't have to put up with anything you don't want to put up with. Like, you can't change people, but you don't have to put up with it. Like go be like that over there by yourself. Like you don't have to deal with that. It's not fair. And it's just so many people out here that can be for you, but you have to be willing to let go so you can get
and
better.
Shift your focus, because when we focus on the people who walked away, we lose sight of the people who never left. And another example is like when people, have you ever been like at a dinner or a party or a function, and it's like they talking about who didn't show up, and it's like, You got
Laura
all
didn't
these people in
come.
the room and you talking about who not here? Like,
Like,
are
how
you kidding
dare
me?
you? How
Like, that
dare
is
you?
disrespectful. I
It
don't like
is.
people who do that. I think that
No,
that is rude and a slap in the face to all the people who did show up.
it is 1,000%, sis. 1,000%. You can feel a type of way and stuff after the fact. After the fact, like after the dinner's over, you can go home and feel a type of way and stuff. But don't act like that. Be grateful. Be grateful because it's people that do care about you, and it just shows you. So absolutely, sis. And that's such a great example because I remember when you said that last week.
Mhm.
So yes. And then,
Uh,
but I do like how she asks, how can you show up better for the people who are assigned to you? And what did I put? I would just say, show my gratitude for them more, check on them more, love on them more, pray for them more, pray with them more, all those things. I already do those things, but just doing it more often, just so, for me, I love reassurance. Like that's one of my love languages, like just telling me, you don't got to tell me all the time, but often as possible as you want to, like just reassuring me like how you feel about me and that, you'll always be here for me and all those type of things. And even though I like to receive it, I love giving it even more. So I love giving that to my friends, family, all those things, just so they know, like, I'll be here. Don't worry. Like, even if we don't talk every single day, like, I will be here. And, just that.
mhm. Yep. So that was gift number 2.
Yes.
People's role in
Gift
your
number
destiny.
3.
Gift number 3, anchoring your identity.
Oof, girl, that story with her talking about her boyfriend, Michael. I
So
said,
that story
Michael,
was sending me. I was like, ugh.
it
I
was
was so
fueling.
exhausted with him.
I said, was we all dating the same type of people? Like, golly.
I
Like,
definitely
let's
was not. I was annoyed. I was like, Nona, now you know. Like, come on, girl. This dude is
nah,
tripping.
like, cause you was still going though. And I was like, oh, but he
I
was
ain't deal with
trying it.
nobody, no voice
Nah,
like that. Nah.
that was a
Leaving
different
me
one.
sitting in no cafeteria for 3 hours is crazy.
Now that's a different one.
Girl,
That's a different one. Cause I don't
you
lie to
got a different
nobody.
type of patience.
I'm not,
Like, who doing that?
I'm not doing that
Now I'm
one.
having lunch with
Absolutely not.
somebody else. You got it twisted.
No, for talking about some how you gonna eat without me, sir, you have me waiting. You think I'm about to wait to eat? Nah, you tripping. You're tripping. Like what? But it was such a great example, and that's why I love her so much because she was so vulnerable. Like people really do make things about themselves, like how she really tried to like talk to him about it, and she's tried to give her side and how she felt and stuff, and he was just like girl, like just rejected her pretty much and just making it seem like her feelings weren't valid and making it about him, like you doing this and you doing that, like just you didn't even
But
acknowledge
when
what she
she
just
explained
said.
the whole story and then looking
Mm-hmm.
at an attached person and a signed person, he was definitely an attached person. Like she
Thousand
said, he
percent.
was the president of his fraternity, all those things. Like he was looking for all the benefits for him to make
Yep.
himself look good.
Yep. 1,000%. 1,000%. And I was like, it is such a slap in the face, stuff like that. It really, really is. Like, ugh. But it's like it's another thing too, sis. That's one thing I've been learning, like the signs. The signs are always there. Just like you said, like you just making me wait. Like, ain't no real man gonna do
Y'all
that.
be ignoring the
Like,
red flags. It's okay.
that's we all do. We all done did it.
I be like, Lord, my prayer. I tell y'all, reveal to me if this person is Judas Issachar or not. Like, get them up out
Yeah.
of here.
Yeah.
I don't need no frenemies around me. Okay,
Woo!
like, mm-mm. I say,
None,
Lord, let
Carol.
your perfect will be done. If this is for me, let me know. If
Let
this
me
is
know.
not, let me know. Like, it
Let me
may
know.
hurt,
It
but
may
I'd
hurt.
rather deal with the hurt head on than just sit in
Yes.
that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Toxic. So, um, let's see. Rejection will make you lose yourself out of fear of losing someone else for sure. And then I like how she said, stop feeling bad about yourself because they overlooked you. Keep moving forward. Like it is okay. It is okay. It is okay.
Um, I wanted to touch on, she said the confusion of rejection can make you think you deserved it. I feel like
Mm,
just reading that whole Michael story, it just goes to show, like, y'all, this is how invested we are in other people's lives, in other people's vision, whatever they got going on. Like, if more people put the same amount of energy that they put into relationships with God, then we will all be better people. Because
absolutely.
why are you so confused? Like, I couldn't understand. Like, if somebody ain't called you for multiple days, they don't want to talk.
Jesus.
Like, it really be nothing to be confused about. It's like you're
They
ignoring
don't.
the red flags. Like, be real with yourself.
Mm.
And that's just who I am. Like, I'm a straightforward person. Like, let's cut to the chase.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, I'm craving this too bad. So now I need to go to God and be like, okay, because he knows your desires. He knows what you want. But are you going to settle for a counterfeit when your best is waiting?
Jesus.
It's crazy.
That part, sis. That part. No, yes. Yeah. Those red flags be flagging. But it's just like, I think it just boils down to, like you said from the very beginning, a lot of people don't want to be alone. They don't want to be alone. And when I tell y'all that's like one of the biggest blessings ever, just being by yourself and being single and, not being isolated from people, of course, but like I said, just being by yourself so you can sit with your feelings and try to figure out what is this really stemming from? Like, why am I feeling like this? Why am I so hurt from this happening and that happening? And just like Kira said too, when we were talking to Lara, like, if you don't attack it now, like he gonna keep bringing it. He gonna keep bringing you different lessons in different ways. So it's just like attack it now. That way, moving forward, move to the next lesson. We're tired of redoing the same stuff and learning the same stuff over and over again. Okay.
Hello. She said rejection will make you lose yourself out of a fear of losing someone else. So again, all of that tied back to just self-worth. Like, you gotta know
be on the
who you are
self-love
and who you are in Christ Jesus, and get to the self-worth, get to the root of the issue. Because what you are doing is a new guy shows up. It's the same guy with a different name. Because you didn't get to the root. You thought it was Michael, but Tim is Michael.
Be for real. And I love how she said too, the beauty of a community happens when we find ourselves with people who fully accept us, making us feel seen, known, and loved, like, which is Face Slayer you. I feel like each and every last one of us accepts each other. We can be ourselves 100%, 100%, and none of us judge each other. And we can just be us. We can be us. We don't have to fake to be something just so we can be accepted. Like, this is a 100% safe place, and I feel like it should be with that in all your relationships. Like, you shouldn't have to feel like you have to do this or do that to be accepted. Like, that's not you. So don't do it. So that was so good.
I am dying at Jordan.
What you talking about? Can we please move on?
Tired of the lesson.
All right.
Still failing the quiz when I had the answers written on my hand. Over there, got the answers right in your face and wrote it on your desk, just cheating, but still failing. Like, you still failing.
Because you ain't trying to learn it. So he said, all right, I got to keep doing it to you, child.
Yes, Tim. I don't know who Tim is, but y'all know what I
Come on. So yes, so good.
Filling
so
that
good.
void with God's love. There's nothing better. That right there. That'll preach all by itself. You hear me?
Yep.
Nothing. Not no person, not nothing. Not a place, not no alcohol, nothing.
Nothing. So good.
So good. All right.
Our last one. Yep. So last one is drawing you closer to God,
which is the perfect segue. Let's do it.
So no, I love how she talked about her story about her mom kicking her out. That irritated my soul so bad because I'm like, lady. But it was a perfect example of people just projecting their own issues. And that's why we're just breaking generational curses, like you always say, sis. Like, the mama, at the end of the day, she clearly was treated some type of way when she was a child, and her upbringing, she hasn't healed.
So she's projecting
on her child. And it can keep going. because if Nona didn't heal it, that would have happened to her kids. Like, it's unfair. That's why it's up to you. Like, you have a choice every single day to attack those problems, attack that hurt that you need to heal from, so that you can be better for not just your kids, but everyone around you.
Everyone
Like
around you
Carol
who it
always
comes in
says,
contact, who's in relationship
yes,
with you. What
yes,
happened to you is not your fault, but what
yes,
you do with it is your responsibility.
yes, yes,
Therapy and Jesus.
yes. Ooh. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. What's another one she said?
When
Um,
everyone walks away, God's faithfulness remains. He is
Absolutely.
faithful. He never changes. People are fickle. God is
Mm.
not. He is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. That's why you got to learn his character. You got to know who he is. You got to run to him.
That's it. That's it. And
And one of the questions was always asking, like, how do you want me to grow from this?
because
Always asking God that.
he'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how she asks at the end, what is the alignment? Because this was my verse of the week, but what scripture passages have you meditated on to help train your thoughts to stay fixed on the goodness of God? But this isn't a scripture, but it's a verse. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. 1 Samuel 16:7. Like, that's something that just relates with this so much. Like, and if I feel like, how God looks at you, then that's how, people that are really assigned to you, that's how they'll look at you too. They'll look at your heart. So I love that. And let's see. And
My verse is
yours?
Psalm
What was yours?
147:3. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. God
Mm,
cares about people. He
yep.
cares about your pain and the condition of your heart, and he is ready to heal you. But you have to come to him.
Yep.
We don't have a dictator God. We don't serve a dictator God. He's not going to force you into anything. He's not going to force you into relationship with him. He's not going to force you into healing.
Yep.
If you want to be healed, you got to go to the great healer. If you want to be restored, you got to go to the restorer.
Mm-hmm.
That's God.
That's God.
That's like you got an Apple phone, but you don't want to go get your phone fixed at the Apple store. You want to go somewhere else. I don't know, even though that's sad. I mean, the
That's it.
Android store. You don't want to go to the manufacturer of that device. That doesn't make
Right.
sense. He is the manufacturer. He is the one who created you. He is the one who can fill the void. So you have to go to him. And also forgiveness. Freedom from rejection requires forgiveness. Because
Mm,
while the world tells you to hang on to stuff and hang on to keep tabs on everything that somebody did to you, you're only hurting yourself.
yep. Yep.
So you have to learn how to forgive quickly.
Mm. Forgive quickly at that part.
Because when you think about all the things that the Lord has forgiven you for, that should
Woo.
make you want to forgive quickly.
That one. That one.
When
That
you
one.
think about his love and his grace and his mercy, that should make you want to love others more.
Mm.
Because if he held on and kept track of every little thing that you did and we rolled the scroll out, you wouldn't stand a chance.
Mm. Come on, sis. Come on. Jesus. And that's helped me give people more grace. 1000%. The closer I've gotten to God this year, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna hate you. I'm not gonna do none of those things. If I gotta let you go, I'll let you go. But I forgive you. I forgive you. And my heart will show that, because if I am around you, or you just won't hear me talking bad about you, no matter what you did to me, like, I won't do that. Because I feel like you didn't even really forgive that person if you still talking about it and being stank and angry and
You got to send
gossiping.
people with love and peace. And
Yep.
when those thoughts come into your mind, you have to take every thought captive and you
Yes.
have to cast it. If a thought like that, especially when you've feel like you have forgiven someone, and that's what the devil tries to do. This is how you know. I'm gonna give y'all a little quick little tip. The devil likes to remind you of memories. He brings up the past because then that will drown out the future and what's possible and what God has for you. So he tries to bring up memories of the past and remind you, oh, remember when that person did this? Or, oh, don't forget, you know what happened last time, because he's trying to make you not see the goodness of God, make you not have faith, and make you not want to look forward to the future. So you have to be aware of the devil's tactics. He comes to kill, steal, and destroy. He wants to destroy your destiny. He wants to steal the promises that the Lord has given you.
Yep. Thank you for that tip, sis. Because that's a real one right there. That's a real one. You got to have that discernment. For sure. Good point. Matthew 17. Yes. Y'all talking good in the comments. This is so good. This was so good.
Such a great book. This is definitely a 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Let's go, Nona.
Let's go, Nona. Thank you. We're going to meet her one day. It's claiming it now. She'll be on here. So, period. Did you have anything else to say, sis, before I get into these
I just
announcements?
want to say thank you, ladies, for tuning in. Thank you for reading this book with us. I did see somebody said in the comments earlier that this was the fastest we ever read through one of the books. Like, yes, it was very quick read. It was very good. And I just appreciate all the engagement. Thank y'all for tuning in and sharing your takeaways as well.
Absolutely. We love the engagement, y'all. And we got more coming up for y'all real soon. So, I'll go ahead and get into the announcements real quick. So, y'all know I've been waiting for this book because I be bragging on this lady all the time, Lisa. So our next book is called I Want to Trust You, But I Don't. So, we are going to start that in December. So make sure y'all
just
get
dropped
that.
the link in the chat so y'all can go ahead and get your book.
And buy that. I think they have an Audible. I think I did see that on the Audible app too. So y'all can do that if y'all want to as well. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I've been feeling the physical copies a little bit more. It's like the Audibles are more convenient, but it's nothing like sitting down and opening that book, man, and really getting to it, highlighting stuff in the book. I just love it. But like I said, the Audible version is on there as well. We have a YouTube live, another one, December 12th.
Another
two in a row. Right before Christmas. So December 12th and December 19th at 9 p.m. same time. And then last but not least, Face Layer U 2025 registration. Y'all know the deadline is December 19th for the first quarter. So right now, $50 off discount special until the end of November. So take advantage of that, y'all. But we are so excited. I can't wait to just dig deeper into everything with y'all going into 2025. Y'all already know we're elevating, getting bigger and better. So we got a lot more in store for y'all than what we did this year. Y'all thought this year was great. Just wait till next year. So shout out to the owner, Miss Shakira Brinson, because she's amazing, y'all. She really does have so much in store, especially with these guests, these speakers. I know y'all love our last speakers, so we got some more of all that coming up next year. So please join us if you are already not a part of this amazing community. We would love to have y'all, and let's get to grow with God together, okay? Period.
Yes. So the links are in the chat. Link for the book. You can purchase that and start reading. Like she said, we will be doing our lives. We're really excited about that. For our current faith slayers who are already a part of the community, we will be having our private session on December 5th, I believe, the first Thursday of the month. So we do have one more before the end of the year. So we are so excited about it. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We pray that you guys have a great weekend. Be blessed. And y'all already know we walk by faith and slay. Let's pray each and every day because God, He will make a way. We love y'all so much. See